Realtor who appeared on $1 million listing accused of flooding client's home and refusing to help. Here's the problem, right? They listed it for $2 million. They found him on $1 million listing and they're like, hey, this guy's got to be right. But they took it, and I'm sure this is an accident, right? This is an accident. I'm not saying that this agent did it out of malice or had forethought of this. I'm sure it was just an oversight, but he left the fireplace on. And I believe the whole house got up to 135 degrees and the sprinkler system went off. And the neighbors were calling the owners and saying, hey, what's going on? There's a bunch of alarms going on. Your house is flooding. And of course, the sellers are freaking out. Now, here's the worst part is that the sellers bought another house and they called this agent and said, we want you to sell this house because we need to sell it and buy the other or start making payments. We don't want to have two mortgage payments. After this debacle, now the company, the brokerage is pushing back and saying, no, it's not our fault. It's not something we're going to take care of. We're not going to help you out. And now the buyers or the sellers are stuck between a rock and a hard spot. And the way the contracts are set up is that the seller can't force the buyers out of the contract because this happened during the escrow process. So it's still the seller's responsibility. And because the way it's set up on this other house, the buyer's house, is they can't get out of contract on that because that has nothing to do with the fact that they can't sell that house or close on that house until all the repairs are made. That's not the seller's fault on the other house that they're buying. So on top of this, to make things even worse, the seller still has to pay the commissions of $100,000. There's $200,000 worth of damage, and they're stuck between having to pay two rents or two mortgages, and they're pushing the buyers off. Hopefully the buyers would pull out, but probably not because all the repairs have to be made. That's an insurance claim issue, but it's also the fault and negligence of the agent. And the agent's saying, nope, not our fault. We're not going to take care of it. Sorry, da, 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 da. And if you read in here, they also said that they showed video coverage of the agent coming in during that time, turning on the fireplace, either an open house or a showing, turned on the fire. And I think it's just like a gas fireplace, right? So it's a heating fireplace, a gas run fireplace. And when they left, when that agent left, they didn't turn it off. And that's when it got hot and just cooked off the whole house. The fire sprinklers went off and caused all this damage. So there's smoke, there's water damage, there's all this stuff, $200,000. And now the sellers are going to have to sue. They're saying that they have to sue. This is all supposition. This is all from a report. I can't say this is actually what happened. I don't know the backstory. But here's the thing, we have something called E&O insurance, and E&O insurance has to take care of this. And maybe it's the due process of how we handle E&O. I would feel really horrible. I can't say that they're doing it out of malice. I would say, if that was me as the agent, I would probably be losing months of sleep. Couldn't sleep, massive stress, don't know what to do. I know that it would be me at fault, but because the way the brokerage is coming at it is they're saying, it's not my fault. It's not our fault. We're not to blame on that. Now, apparently where they are in LA, wherever this is, they can tell you specifically what hours the gas meter is being used because it's a smart meter. They went away for the weekend. The sellers went away for the weekend, and then the agent showed up, turned on the fireplace, and left. They have video footage of him turning it on and not turning it off, showing the house, and then leaving. And then the gas meter shows the hour by hour usage, and it was 000 all the way up until it showed, until the showing happened, and then it just kept on going. So on top of that, the sellers have to pay the gas bill of all this to make things even worse. What do you think? Is this something how would you handle this if you were the seller? And how would you handle this if you were the agent? Yeah, let's talk about that.